Good morning, wakeboarders. Welcome back to the Wakeboard Coach. My name is Kurt Robinson. Today we're going to answer a viewer question on how the boat was set up when I posted this video. Today's video also has its first giveaway from Tommy's here in Florida, so stay tuned till the end for that. So I call it lopsiding the boat. What's the goal of lopsiding the boat? The idea is to create the same shape wake that a rider would use wake to wake, but at a much slower speed so they can attempt tricks in a safer environment. So this is all going to be one wake stuff in the beginning, and you can even lopside the boat and have a slower speed clean wake for short rope wake to wake as well. And so how do you lopside your boat? So basically what you're trying to do here is use 25 to 35% less ballast on the side that they're not using. Or depending on your boat, you might have to add a little bit of weight to the side they are using. And so from that, the rider can attempt stuff at a slower speed. Initially with the crumbly wake, like Jay does here, is the boat's not lopsided at all, we're just going at a slower speed. So once you get up to wanting to clean up the wake for riders to try stuff, so this is your backside 180s, your frontside 3s, and even their first inverts if they're small enough, you can do this stuff all one wake. And in the modern boat, we have technology to help us. So in this 22 MXZ, what we can do is I'll use about 25% less on the side that the rider's not using. And the key point here is that you can go down in your wedge settings. So the typical setting for Jay in this boat is 19.7 miles an hour on the third wedge setting, and he's around about half ballast here. So I'll drain 25% out of the side that he's not using, and I'll go one or two less wedge settings. The reason that I do that is if you just slow down a lopside, the wake will stand up and crumble over and you won't get that clean wake effect. If you reduce the wedge settings one or two, depending on how much you're slowing down, you'll get that nice clean shape wake, but it's actually an identical shape that he uses wake to wake every day. This is just lopsided, and reducing the wedge helps clean it up. Now, how much speed to knock off? Well, that's a little different with every boat and the rider and their body weight and their skill level. And I'm going to say a ballpark figure. When you first get into one wake stuff, lopsided, it's probably around the 5 mile an hour less mark for the first clean wake stuff. As they're confident and they've got the skills and the coach knows that they're going to nail it, but you're still one wake, it's probably 3 miles an hour less or thereabouts than their regular riding speed. And same for the short rope wake to wake stuff, it's around about that 3 to 4 mile an hour mark. Remembering, lopsided boat, one or two less wedge setting depending on the boat that you've got. As we go through the different versions of this first version with Jay, we're doing backside 180s here, and we're actually not lopsided. We're just slow. We're around about 12 miles an hour on this one. Now, as we move up to his first one wake, but you want them to be cleaner, and we start getting into the lopsided effect with less wedge. This one here, he's around about 15 miles an hour. Now, as you shorten the rope, this is actually his first wake to wake backside 180, so it's a little sketch on the end. We're at about 16 miles an hour, maybe at 16 and a half, and lopsided boat, one less wedge setting, and the rope here is about 40 feet. His regular rope length is about 55 feet. The wake shape that we're creating here is the identical wake shape to what they ride all day, every day, wake to wake. And that's for all riders, all shapes and sizes. Slower is better. I prefer using a lopsided wake. You don't have to, but from the question that I got of how the boat was set up with that first back roll for Kira, I like to provide a safer learning environment that's a little bit slower, so that if they do make a mistake, the crash is less. The idea with learning is to keep your confidence as high as possible, as long as possible, because the steps, even though they're smaller in the beginning, they will get larger and larger and larger the more that you fill in that foundation of skills. So, and today we've actually got our first giveaway. It's from Tommy's, Florida. They're our Malibu and Access dealer here locally, and it's a nice little sipper cup. It's a thermo mask. It's got a little locking lid so you don't spill your drink. Horror cold drinks. We will draw the winner at the end of August. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe, obviously, to the Wakeboard Coach YouTube channel and to Tommy's Florida Instagram. I will put a link in the description. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to help grow the channel. Obviously, you have to subscribe to enter for the cup. And be safe out there. Remember, you don't know if you don't go, so give it a go. And we'll see you next time.